hell of an intro. I tell you what you info, but I never really been the type of dude to give no info.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Walking Girl Show. It's Roney and Courtney on the mic, and I'm going to make a big announcement, so be ready for this one, guys. This is our last episode. This is it. This is our last one for the year that you'll be hearing directly from us. We'll be back. We will be back. I promise you. Just prefacing that early because Courtney and I, we were getting ready to record this and we were like, oh, this is our last one that we're recording for the year. And I was like, well, and then we're going to be, by the time we record our next one, it's going to be 2024. So all the New Year shenanigans would have already taken place. But we'll go deeper into that. Courtney, how are you doing today?
Excited. It's I'm thinking about it because I know we like to, plan stuff in advance and we talk about stuff behind the scenes. So to us, it's like kind of just another one that was planned. But as I was getting ready for it, I'm like, the last one of the year. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the last episode was about reflecting, so we don't have to do too much, but still, like a full year of episodes. Yeah.
I wish I had one of those. Yeah, we made it. I could play the song, but I'm not going to do that right now. But we literally made it. And anyone that's listening to this right now, you made it as well. I mean, 365 days. We're almost there. So we have a few more days to get through in order for us to, say like we really made it and can accomplish it. But just look back and not to, like Courtney said, not to reflect too much. But again, this was, in my opinion, this was a hectic year. With just everything that's been going on, and for you to be able to make it through everything that transpired, you have some tough skin. So just move with that and remember what you went through, and just so if you ever go through another tough situation again, you know exactly how to get through it. 2023 was a tough one, and I would be very shocked if someone says no, this year wasn't tough. So
yeah, definitely. Well, and I want to just kind of shout out, just kind of a congratulations to you, because you just podcast alone. We'll just do Walk and Grow alone. The changes, the transitions, everything you had to go through, all the stuff that you do behind the scenes. You're the one that made it through the full year. I just popped in. I just popped my head in real quick and joined you. But yeah, the full year, and I saw everything that happened. I mean, maybe not everything, but I saw a lot that happened behind the scenes and throughout those transitions, and it's really cool to see how much work you put into it. So big congrats to you.
I do it all for you guys. I mean, I could stop this tomorrow and Courtney and I can have our side conversations with no issue, right? But it's something that this enables me to really kind of put what's going on. I'm very sheltered of a person, to be honest with you guys. So this gives me the opportunity to be able to share, but also share with everyone what's going through my mind, so that maybe it can help you. I mean, all in all, this is really, as I say all the time, I'm very selfish with this. So that's why when, Courtney decided to partner, I was like, perfect. I have somebody that can actually like guide me, and see things from a completely different perspective than me. So I use this entirely selfish whenever I'm going through something. You guys may or may not know, because I probably put it behind a wall really, or have a straight face, a poker face, I should say, really well. But Courtney is my guide, whether you guys know it or not. So this is like not my therapy session, because if I say it, Courtney may get in trouble. So this is not my therapy session. No, but no. On a serious note, I appreciate you for even tagging along the journey with me and being able to take on this challenge here, to be able to provide what we think the world may need, right? We don't know for sure, because I know that you and I, we help each other a lot. And so we hope that, along this journey that we're helping everybody else navigate through whatever it is that you're going through, because you don't have to do it alone. So if you want to do it with us, we are more than happy to put you guys on our ships so that we can go and sail away.
We love the ship references.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. It's always a good time. So just happy to be here. Happy to help however I can. Bring some info, education, tools, all the above. So
you want to know the biggest takeaway I have taken from you is the boundaries and attachments.
That was okay. I was gonna say boundaries like just happened. We just had that conversation.
Well, you've explained it in a way that I've never heard you explain it before, or heard anybody, honestly. And so I would say that and attachments. Those two I took away. I was like, like it just opened up a whole new world. That type of thing. So
I love Disney references. I love it.
hey, you gotta have fun. You gotta have fun. But no, I would say those are the biggest takeaways I've taken. I'm sure you got more under your sleeve that you haven't
Oh yeah.
yet put out there, but I would say just so far, and I'm sure I'm missing a ton more. Like the love languages is another one, but love languages to me is just like,
Well, it's cool that you bring those up because that's so funny. That you bring those up because those are like my favorite things. So
yeah,
there's a good chance that the reason you took so much from it was because I'm so passionate about talking about it that I
Right.
get excited and I want to share so much. So
Yeah.
when you're excited to talk about something, when you're excited to share information with somebody, they're gonna feed off that. You know, it might not be the most exciting thing to them, but they're gonna like take away from the passion and the excitement that you put behind it too.
That's true. And that's another way of looking at it. We're going on a tangent here, but I didn't think
Yeah.
about that. Like when you put so much passion into something, then that really not forces, but I would say someone is a little bit more intrigued into what you have to say. So they're going to pay a little bit more attention and actually consume what you're saying to them. So that's actually, this is our tool of the month episode. And that is right there a tool that I don't think either one of us was going to talk about. But just having passion behind what it is that you're speaking of can literally capture eyeballs and attention. And just be passionate about it. And that's going to take it to a whole nother place that you probably could have never imagined.
I ask my clients that if it's a new client or they don't want to be there or something and we really have nothing to talk about, like I'm kind of struggling with them. That's what I'll say is like everyone has that one thing that they really love talking about. I have a client, it's so funny. I have a client who loves, and let me preface, he loves mushrooms, as in like just the organism itself. Because I say that and people are like, wait a second, how old are your clients? But
get your head out together, guys.
Yeah.
Get your head out together.
So just as in like the organism itself and like the whatever, he explains everything about it and is so knowledgeable. And it just like it's not that I don't care, but I don't think that much about it. But he really does just draw you in with how excited he is. So I'll just say everyone has that one thing that they're super passionate about or super excited about. What is it for you? And I don't care if it's Fortnite. I don't care if it's bugs. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. I just want to hear about it and I want to see you get excited and see you with that emotion behind it. So
not to get too personal in your conversation, is he referring to like the plant, I guess?
Yeah.
That type?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
and that's why I say it's an organism, because I think that's technically what it is. But he taught me all about it, and it's just...
It's not a plant.
I think it technically is, but he calls it an organism.
Which I'm sure. We're not experts
everything
in those
is,
fields.
but like everything is some kind of... I don't know.
I would assume if it grows from the ground, it kind of has to be a plant.
And it's
hey,
like
what do I know? I am not
under the
environmentalist.
ground. Apparently, it's the largest living organism, is what he told me. And I was like, what about whales? And he was like, look at this. Show me a picture. He's like, that's bigger than a whale. I'm like, this is too high. But it was good rapport building, so it did the job.
Yeah, true.
So, it did what we had to do, and I actually learned a lot. So, and then anytime I saw a mushroom after that, I was like, whoa.
Mind blown now.
It's just funny. Yeah, we're way off topic, but it's just everyone has something that they're passionate about, and it's cool to spend time on that, and it's cool to learn, especially with loved ones. It's going to connect you more when you learn that about each other and are able to bring it up or things like that. So
I'm going to be the one that asks you guys that's all listening. What are you passionate about? Let's hear it. Share it with us. We want to know. We want to hear what you have to share, because it could be something that we can take away. Not only us, but everybody that's listening here. Maybe we'll bring you on one day and you can share your passion about what you're passionate about. I don't know. There's a lot of things we have up our sleeve that we can go ahead and release to you guys, but you guys have to engage. But this is our tool of the month. We did a little bit of a long tangent of trying to not reflecting on the year, but just gratitude for each other and just what we've been able to do. And so I know, Courtney, you have a tool. I have a tool. So you're going to get a double whammy for the end of the year that you can walk away with. And of course, the passion piece. So that's like a bonus on top, or cherry on top, whatever you want to call that. I know, Courtney, you have one. So if you don't mind shooting away yours, and then I'll...
Yep, definitely. So it's going to be the easiest tool in terms of the steps that you take. But I really wanted to use this because I think it's a great kind of like adding to that reflection piece that we did. it's a little bit of reflection, and it's a little bit of just kind of being present where you're at right now. So do you have something you can write with? And you can do
I
it
do.
as well.
Does
I
it
think
work? Is the better
it
question.
doesn't have to be something that you write down. The way that I do it with my clients is I have a piece of paper already for them. But I think if you write it down, it's a little bit more powerful. I know in the
Okay.
last episode we talked about the words that we're bringing into 2024 and how having a visual can be powerful and having it in front of you can help with motivation and things like that. So that's why I want you to write it down. So all you're going to do for this tool, again, super easy, but I think super powerful, is all I want you to write down to start is I'm giving myself permission to.
Okay.
So that's what you'll start with. I'm giving myself permission to.
Uh-huh.
And then all you're doing, so this is the tool of the month for me, is just a permission slip. So we've talked about going into the holidays. We've talked about holiday stressors. We've talked about going into the new year and goal setting and all of these different things, reflecting what is something that you are giving yourself permission to do before the new year, as you go into the new year, so on and so forth. So a lot of times when
You see that, y'all? You see that? I am giving myself permission to. It's bad handwriting, but
so so again, it could be before the new year's over. There's one more thing I need to achieve. There's one more thing I need to do. A lot of times when I think of this or when I process this with clients, we give ourselves permission to rest. We give ourselves permission to just relax or not think about the thing that's been bothering us. I'm giving myself permission to, we talked about forgiveness last episode, forgive myself. I'm giving myself permission to release the pain from this experience, or whatever it is that's going to propel you forward or allow you to reflect, or whatever you feel like you need in this moment. You're giving yourself permission to do that.
It's so interesting to hear you say that. And it's like, why do we make it so difficult to give ourselves permission to do something?
Mm-hmm. And I think that's why it's so important to write it down this way. And this is why, even when I was thinking about as a tool of the month, I'm like, this is something very simple. It's like one statement.
Very.
But I think
So
it's important because the way that we write it, like, I want it to be something that's difficult for you. I want it to be something that, I mean, you could be giving yourself permission to step out of your comfort zone. You could be, so it could be something that is difficult or is something that you've had trouble doing before and you want to really accomplish. So again, it doesn't have to be a whole SMART goal. It's just one thing that I'm allowing myself to do this now and really just focusing on it and sitting with that. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Kind of goes into the self-validation piece as well. So yeah, that's
there
all
you guys
it is.
have it. You
It's
have
more of a
her
reflection
straightforward.
thing, but
You have Courtney's straightforward tool of the month, which is giving you permission. Don't be selfish from time to time. I think that's really what that is saying at the same time. And don't feel sorry. I mean, you got to put yourself first. Otherwise, if you don't, you will all be draining an empty cup. And we don't need that. We don't need that
exactly.
here. But
yeah, so I know it goes into a lot of the previous episodes that we've had already. Yeah. But I just think it's a good statement to have, a good tool to have, like, moving forward after hearing about prioritizing yourself, after hearing about the reflection from the year and things like that. So did you complete yours?
I didn't fill in my blank. But I don't know what I would give myself permission to do right at the moment. As I just sit down and think, I don't, because I would even say I'm pretty, like, I would say I have trouble time with just, the only thing I would probably say, one of the main things, I should say the only thing, because I'm sure there's more stuff, but one of the main things is giving myself that time, that rest, to step away from doing work. So my significant other helps me a lot. I'm like, all right, come on, let's go. Like, you're done for the night, kind of thing. So I have like a kind of gauge to respect her, and just to also to be able to spend that time with her. So it's like I have that gauge of when it is time to cut off, but when it's not time, then it's just not time. But I would say for right now, I've had a plan to go to Connecticut to plan. So like I guess I'm giving myself that permission to like go to Connecticut and just like hunker down, and I'm kind of using that as like my getaway. So you know how like some people will go to like the woods or something and just go be by themselves and read a book or something. That's how I'm using Connecticut. So I guess I'm giving myself that time to plan, but that's still, I feel like that's still work, right? So it's like
just be a little bit of an escape. Rest.
Yeah.
Well, and I know I wasn't going to tell you what to write, but I was hoping it would be something rest related, because even as we discussed,
I don't feel
previously,
tired. That's the thing. I'm not tired.
Well, and it doesn't have to be sleep. It's just about like you
That's
allowing. I know for me, I'm so go. And we just talked about this before. What are you doing today? I'm like, well, I gotta wrap these gifts, and I gotta make this, and I gotta do that, and I gotta go out. I gotta make sure I get to the gym in between, and I'm not gonna have time to do this, and that, right? Especially around the holidays. So just allowing yourself, like you said, just spending time with loved ones, just being present where you're at, just mental, kind of like a mental rest.
I think that's the word I needed to hear.
Yeah.
I'm giving myself permission to be present.
Absolutely.
That right. And I'm not talking about a gift. All right. I understand Christmas was just the other day, but no, I'm talking about being present with loved ones. I think that right there is what I needed to hear in order for me to really put something down on paper, because I think that would be mine. I didn't come up with it by myself. Thanks, Courtney, for that. But again, if you have to talk it through, go ahead and talk it through.
Yeah. Another way that I like to put it is, and again, I've asked clients this, is how many tabs do you have open in your brain? Talk about when you're working, how many tabs you have open on your computer and how busy it can be, but how many tabs do you have open on your brain? How many things are you trying to do at one time? How many tasks? How many reminders do you have, calendar alerts on your phone of things you got to do all day? And it's just go. But so sometimes being present is just like closing those tabs, allowing one tab open at a time. And that tab is going to be the family tab, or, just wherever it is that you're at. But
something cool I learned from Leon is he mentioned one time, our brain is not meant to remember things. It's just meant to process it, if anything. If I'm not mistaken, that's what he mentioned. So that's why it's important. If you are going to remember things in your brain, you're probably better off writing it down somewhere or putting it in a notes section in your phone or your computer, whatever. But try not to remember things, because our brain is not meant to remember. And ever since he said that, him and I, we both utilize what we call Notion, which is like a project management, but you could really use it in several different ways in your life. I think I've talked about this already. Maybe if you find the Win the Day, and I kind of go into detail on it there, the Win the Day episode. But that's where I stopped trying to remember stuff. I just throw it in one
to minimize the tabs for sure.
I just throw it in Notion, and I know when I need it, I know where to find it. And that's just because, again, I've systemized it, and I'm here to help you guys do the same thing. Come on, let's do it. Let's allow our brains to operate and be efficient as possible.
Yeah. Well, that kind of goes into your tool, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it really does. Look at that. Oh, look at that segue. I didn't even think about it. I got to be better at doing that one. That was a good segue. But mine is, of course, you guys know I love to, find different things to help myself, educate myself, be a little bit more productive. And so something that I used to use when I was in college, and I would say maybe high school, right? Because I came across it in high school first, is Khan Academy. I don't know how many of you guys have actually remember it, but it's a place where you could literally, it's a book of, it's not even a book, it's more of like videos and stuff like that you can educate yourself on about really anything, I would say. I don't know exactly, at least myself, I look at it for personal finance, economics, real estate reasons. So they might find stock stuff, I don't know. But there's a lot of different topics that you can go into, and it's from the beginning aspect to even advanced individuals that want to kind of really hone in on what it is that they need to get a little bit of understanding on. But Khan Academy, guys, do not sleep on it. Of course, I'll write it here if you guys can't understand what I'm saying or how to spell it. Don't worry, or I'll put it somewhere so you guys can find it. But that's an easy, and it's free. Oh my goodness! Yes, I'll say it again. It's free. Yeah, it may not be like YouTube University, right? But it's at least it's an older platform too. So I don't know how updated the information is, but I believe the guy is constantly updating, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just not quite sure. But again, it's information that it is there that you guys can, if you don't want to go search on YouTube for it, it's a credible source. That guy's been doing it for quite some time. And I remember my heydays in high school, at least going to him trying to learn calculus. Oh my gosh. That's where I spent a lot of my time trying to learn those things. But Khan Academy, I'll say it one more time. It's a tool. Use it to your benefit and figure out how is it that you can benefit whatever it is that you're going through or working through.
What's the main way that you use it? Are you still using it now?
Oh, yeah.
Recently?
Yep. I recently just remembered. Yeah, I recently just remembered about it, and I was like, oh man, I forgot Khan Academy exists. I'm using it more or less now to understand economics a little bit better. So really how the world works and how it all ties together. So that's kind of how I use it now. And that's going to help me, of course, with my profession, which is in real estate. So just be able to get better and familiarize myself more with how economics works. It's going to then translate right over to real estate. And then I could translate that into having better conversations with clients. So it all, it's kind of a 1, 2, 3 step that I have to help myself. But that's how it's helping me. And again, it's just videos, really. So videos, I don't know if there's worksheets to it. If there is, that'd be pretty cool. But I wouldn't really do anything on that nature. It's just more or less just trying to get the concepts of stuff. That's what I would use Khan Academy for. And if you want to go deeper into it, then that's where I think YouTube is going to be beneficial, because then you could probably find something to be more interactive.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, nice. We have a more mental educational tool, and we have a personal emotional tool. So
right.
You can use both. You can use one or the other, whatever we need at whatever time.
Absolutely. And like we mentioned when we started the episode, this is our last one, guys, for the year. So we're just going to make a nice announcement. You won't be hearing us for the next 2 weeks. You're going to hear 2 important episodes that Courtney and we've decided that it's the most important pieces, or at least the episodes that we thought is most important, that we want you guys to be able to hear again, in case you missed it. Because a lot of you guys probably discovered us a little bit too late. And, those episodes, of course, if we're bringing it back to you, there's a reason why. There's something in there we want you guys to take away. So we want to just say thank you guys all for tapping in with us. And I don't know, do you have any kind words that you want to leave off with anybody, Courtney?
I was just going to say, if one of my episodes is chosen, it wasn't me choosing.
Oh, stop it.
That
Don't
I
lie.
was the most important episode.
It's okay to be selfish.
No, I definitely wouldn't pick myself as my favorite episodes. But no, yeah, we're just taking a minute to kind of regather, just like everyone should around the holidays and to start the new year. And no, I'm like I've talked about, being just happy to be here, and I'm really grateful for this new opportunity. It still feels new, especially when we think about how many episodes and things like that. But yeah, no, I'm absolutely grateful to everyone, all the guests, everyone who's tuned in, my family who I know has been listening, and yeah, super grateful. So
make sure, tell a friend to tell a friend. We'll be doing these tools a month at the end of the month. So if you're only coming to us for the tool of the month, that's perfectly fine. You know how to find it, when to find it, and where. So just use it to your benefit and improve whatever your situation is, because this is what this platform is at least here to do. So till next time, keep on applying those perspectives, education, growth, and collaboration.